Today's video is for students, PTs, and PTAs who want to get into oncology rehab. I'm going to be talking about my journey, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to get into oncology rehab and become specialized. I'm Dr. Alex Hill, your physical therapist for everything oncology and pelvic health. Let's get into it. I'm first going to tell you a little bit about how I got to where I am today. So I went to undergrad at Kent State University and then completed my doctor of physical therapy at the University of Florida. While I was at UF on a clinical rotation, I was able to shadow several physical therapists who specialized in both pelvic health and oncology. I immediately fell in love with these populations when I first saw them. So I knew that I wanted to specialize, and although I was able to get a clinical rotation in women's health, I was not able to do one in oncology. I wanted more experience, more mentoring, as well as other learning opportunities in both pelvic health and oncology, and so I applied for and got into a women's health residency at Duke University. Although it was a women's health residency, it really encompassed so much more than just women's health. It also included cancer rehab, especially working with breast cancer and pelvic cancer survivors like prostate cancer, colorectal, and gynecological cancers. During this residency, I also became a certified lymphedema therapist, or CLT, and had the training I needed to help me sit for and pass the board certification exam for women's health. Now, at that time, there was not an oncology specialist exam, and so I didn't take that exam until 2020. And fun fact, I took it on Friday the 13th of March, which was the day that pretty much everything in Maryland started to really shut down for COVID. So since I graduated almost 9 years ago, I've really only treated people who have pelvic health, oncology, and lymphatic and venous conditions. And I really wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. So now let's talk about you and what we can do to get you to become specialized in oncology physical therapy. If you're still a student, the number one thing to do is complete a clinical rotation in oncology. If there aren't any available near you, or it's too late to get a clinical rotation in oncology, talk with your clinical instructors. They may know somebody that you're able to shadow, and also consider shadowing with other disciplines outside of physical therapy. Think about oncologists, radiation oncologists, urologists, and gynecologic oncologists, just to name a few ideas of people that you might want to look at trying to shadow with. If you're already out of school, you really need to find a therapist or therapists to observe and network with. The more that you can see the principles and the teachings and treatments in action, and the more you talk with other therapists, the more confident that you'll become working with cancer survivors. Mentoring is so important as a student and as a new grad. And if you're looking for a formal mentorship program, the APTA Oncology does offer one that I helped start in 2021. You do have to be an APTA Oncology member to participate, but really being a member has a ton of benefits. It's totally worth it. Let's talk about courses that you need to take. In the US, APTA Oncology has both online and regional live courses, and the APTA Learning Center also has oncology courses. Additionally, the Physiological Oncology Rehabilitation Institute, or PORI, does have a series of courses that you can take online, starting with their Foundations course. For becoming a certified lymphedema therapist, or CLT, the main companies that offer the coursework are Norton School of Lymphatic Therapy, Close Training, and the Academy of Lymphatic Studies. Each of these companies also offer a variety of other courses related to lymphedema and oncology rehab that are great. I'll include the links for these courses below in the description. For those of you interested in residencies, this next part is for you. So because there are so few clinical rotations available for oncology rehab, doing an oncology residency is a great option for a lot of people who want to get into oncology rehab out of school. You'll get mentorship, didactic work, 100% caseload of working with cancer survivors, and the training and learning opportunities that you need to not only confidently treat cancer survivors, but also to be able to sit for the board certification exam if that's a goal that you have. Some considerations when you're deciding whether or not to do an oncology residency are what are your motivations, and also consider the timing of when you want to do it. I did my women's health residency just immediately after graduating because I knew that this was the population that I wanted to work with, and I was already in that serious student study mode. I know other therapists who worked for 1 or 2 years or more first and then went back and did a residency. This can be helpful because you really learn how to become a PT, and you can also save up money before you would start the residency, because what's important to know is that most residents are not typically paid a full-time salary. So this should be a consideration in your planning, in your researching, when you're thinking finances, loans, and what programs you want. Last thing we'll talk about is specialization certifications. So the only way to become board certified is through the American Board of Physical Therapy Specialties. And to earn this, you do need to submit an application demonstrating at least 2,000 hours worked in direct clinical care in the specialty area or complete a residency. You also need to submit a formal application and a case report that will be reviewed. Once you're approved to sit for the exam, then you'll get to sit for the 200-item examination. Once you pass that, you're board certified, then you'll need to maintain it with certain requirements every couple years. Do you need to have a certification or board certification to demonstrate your competency in working with cancer survivors? No, but they do give you leverage in marketing, communicating your expertise, increasing trust from referral sources and patients, and honestly, it's an amazing sense of accomplishment. I hope this video was helpful to you on your journey to becoming an oncologic PT. If you're interested in getting into pelvic health physical therapy, make sure to watch my last video that goes into that. Also, make sure to subscribe, turn on those notifications so you don't miss any new videos.